In lieu of recent developments, should flag burning be illegal? Look, absolutely not. I think this one is clear cut. It is set in stone. Making flag burning illegal, it's just ridiculous on its face. Now, the executive order recently signed was to give flag burning of the United States flag 1 year in jail. And I think this should apply to an LGBTQ flag, an Israeli flag, Baltimore Ravens flag. I don't really care what the flag is. Peaceful protest is protected from the government. Now, I think a lot of people get this confused. They think the First Amendment means you can do whatever you want inside of any workplace or any business. It means the government cannot come down on you. The government cannot put you in jail for your free speech, for your protected protest that is peaceful. And with that being said, burning an American flag is a peaceful protest. Just by definition, it is. So this is pretty cut and dry. I don't think there's much debate. The Supreme Court has already ruled on this. Republicans, Democrats, everyone has decided that this is protected under the First Amendment. There isn't much wiggle room. Look, the second. Flag burning should not be illegal, and it cannot be illegal. Look, in lieu of recent developments, flag burning through executive order is now going to get people in jail for a year. And to be more specific, the United States flag. Some places are trying to make it illegal to burn LGBTQ flags. Some places are trying to make it illegal to burn Israeli flags, etc., etc. It's all nonsense. Look, your First Amendment right, and this is for people in the United States, obviously. If you live in a different country, I'm not even going to comment on your rights. I have no clue what they are. Inside the United States, you have the right to express yourself through peaceful means and face zero repercussions from the government. Now, people can judge you. A lot of people get the First Amendment confused. They think that means you can say whatever you want, any place you want, and not have any repercussions. If you're at a private business, if you go to a Subway and you start saying slurs, they can kick you out and trespass you. The government cannot crack down on you. The government cannot say that we are going to put you in jail for a peaceful protest. It's in the Constitution. Whatever I think, whatever you think, Thomas Jefferson ranks above both of us. He trumps both of our opinions. Our opinions are irrelevant. Trump's opinions are relevant. Thomas Jefferson ranks too high for us to even really dispute it. Now, the Supreme Court, who still is not as high as the founders, but the Supreme Court has also already decided on this, and they have said that flag burning is legal. It's peaceful protest. And there are a lot of people that say, well, I don't like it, so I think it should be illegal. And that does get down a tricky road because, first off, what is the First Amendment in place for? It is for divisive speech. No one is saying that we should have the First Amendment to say basic things that everyone agrees with. The First Amendment is to protect people that are protesting controversial things. That's kind of the whole point. Because obviously I don't need protection to say that the Ravens are good or Lamar Jackson's awesome. It's like nobody really cares. The whole point of the First Amendment is to protect you from saying controversial things. And even if you still disagree with me, I think this point will probably gain your respect. And that is, whenever you're going to be doing something radical and anything bold, anything that is just going to rile up a lot of people, you have to expect, especially in a two-party system, if you're a dictatorship like Russia, you can get away with some things and not expect them to come back in your face. But if you're a Republican and you support banning peaceful protest, and that's what flag burning is, you're not lighting anyone on fire, it's a peaceful protest. If you are going to ban this, you need to fully expect the Democrats, when they get in, are going to ban you from burning the LGBTQ flag, ban you from burning the BLM flag, ban you from saying anything. Hate speech laws are going to get increased because if you crack down on freedom of speech now, the Democrats are going to go 5 times as hard. And if you say a slur, you're going to end up with 5 years in jail. And that's just the reality. Look, you have to, even if you really, really do believe that flag burning should be illegal, you have to consider it and look at it from the lens of this is going to end up backfiring on you. And it's the same thing whether it's Democrats in 2020 using the National Guard to protect people from COVID. Now Trump is using it, and Trump can say, well, you guys used it in 2020 during COVID, and it's true. So even if you think that your cause is correct and you think your cause is well warranted, you have to expect that the other side is going to use this as precedent in the future. And look, what are you going to do? I mean, a lot of people are unhappy with Trump deploying the National Guard in D.C. and other cities. The military got on the beaches to protect people from going on the beaches during COVID. I mean, once you set the precedent that your side can do something and your side can willy-nilly take away people's rights, it gets dark. It gets unlimited. And another thing I'd like to point out is, unlike the Second Amendment, which I do think people should have, and I do think should have little regulation, the First Amendment is pretty cut and dry. The Second Amendment, well-regulated militia, what exactly does that mean? I might have a different opinion than you or scholars or anything. The First Amendment's pretty cut and dry. Peaceful protest should be protected.